12, well, I knew I wanted to work with people, I wanted to make a difference, and so I looked at a range of allied health courses because they made sense to me, and then got the marks to get into occupational therapy. But I didn't actually know an occupational therapist at the time and wasn't even sure what it was until I really got on those clinical placements. But for me, what I loved about occupational therapy was I really liked working in rehabilitation and the opportunity to get to know someone and work alongside them. But then I got a little bit addicted to study and went on to do a graduate diploma in neuroscience and then a master's, and eventually started a PhD at Trobe. I loved working as an occupational therapist, loved working with people with really severe brain injuries and their families, but I was often really frustrated by the lack of appropriate housing and support options, and we discharged some young people to aged care when they weren't making progress in rehab. And so I started my PhD specifically looking at the issue of young people in aged care, and I just saw some really practical things that could be done that would make a more immediate impact than a thesis, and so that led to the Summer Foundation. It's about supporting people with severe disabilities to live in the community like everyone else and get access to the services and supports they need to be an active member of society and included in the community. Summer Foundation in around 2015 did a couple of demonstration projects. Those projects, I guess, changed thinking in Australia about what was possible for housing for people with disability. The predominant model of disability housing before we started developing this model was group homes, which kind of assumes that people don't have a partner or kids. Or I've had people talk to me about just wanting a space where they can hang out, watch a movie and eat pizza with their kids. And so from that project we set up a separate entity which is now called Liberty Housing, and now Liberty Housing has over 300 apartments throughout Australia. I'm passionate about rigorous research but also practical research. So I guess at the Summer Foundation we kind of are able to combine both of those things by having the rigour of partnering with the university to make sure that our research is publishable and then evolved into a more significant partnership with the Living with Disability Research Centre, which is how we partner today. One thing that just amazes me about the disability sector in Australia is that I just don't think that there's enough sort of focus on people wanting to deeply understand what the end user wants, and I just think it's a huge gap in the disability sector. If we're going to develop high quality, sustainable solutions, that people with disability absolutely have to be at the centre of that.